All right, guys, welcome back to episode 3 of Zay and Jay's talk show today. And today is going to be a special episode, maybe a little bit longer. I have a lot to say and to get off my chest, but here's a little inspiration for you guys for the day. Are you afraid of failure? And if you want to be successful, you should focus on not being afraid to fail in life, because failure leads to growth in all aspects of life. You have to welcome failure like an old friend to continue to strive for success. And it's really good to have somebody in your life to have the same exact goals, aspirations, and mindset, so that whenever one person is down, the other person can lift the other one up. You have any thoughts on that, Josh, or what I just said?
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I mean, it's good to have people that you can fall back on when you're down, man. And you know, not being afraid to fail is something that a lot of people are really afraid to do. You know, they're afraid to fail, but the only way that you can fail is if you take a chance. And when you take a chance, that's the only way that you're going to make any kind of reward out of your risk. So, you know, that being said, you know, kind of like you and I doing our podcast now, you know, this is our 3rd episode. You know, we're doing well. It seems like it's getting more popular every single time we post one. Hopefully this one will be just as good, you know, but, you know, we can't be afraid to fail. You know, our first podcast may not be so good, or people out there, you know, your first song may not be good, or, you know, your first online business may not be very good, but, you know, you can't be afraid to fail, because you cannot succeed until you take a step forward. If you're staying stationary, there's no way for you to make progress in your life.
Exactly. And being afraid to fail is something that honestly I struggled with growing up, and looking back, that's one of the biggest things that I regret, is just not trying things, just not putting myself out there more. And that's going to be something I'm going to change definitely in the future. What about you? You going to change that as well?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, so I know that this episode is going to be really serious at first, so just buckle in, grab a drink, popcorn, any of that shit, Kool-Aid. So we do have a lot of interesting topics to discuss on the show today, but I would like to start off the show by attempting to open some eyes on current world events. I wrote this down this morning, and I just want you guys to, if you haven't already, look at the description, and the top link in the description. It's going to be a Hodge Twins video. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. If you haven't, they do have a political channel where they spit pure facts, and I just want to throw this in there just because of what this topic is. They are mixed. They're half black, half white. At least I'm assuming it's half white, but they are definitely black. So they have an even more unbiased opinion than me. I am white. I have almost half native in me as well, but that's besides the point. So I'm just going to say this and hear me out, okay? Black Lives Matter is a lie. Fighting racism with more racism is actually what all of this is. We are all created equal, and if you don't believe me, continue listening. The fact that this whole situation is completely ironic kind of makes me laugh, honestly. Listen to my words. Black people are oppressing themselves by pretty much stating that white people are superior. Black people are actually agreeing with the real white supremacists out there without even realizing it. There are viral videos going around that are forcing whites to get on their knees with their hands in the air and apologize for their white privileged lifestyle. I can tell you right now, I am not white privileged. I have grown up poor my entire life. There is a lot of poor white people out there. Okay, so let me just get that out of the way. Do you realize that by doing that, you are admitting that you do believe whites are superior? This country is all about mindset. It has always been about mindset. If you have a victim mentality, you will unfortunately live a victim life. If you have an equal mentality, you will give yourself an equal amount of success as the next man or woman, no matter the color of their skin, as long as you strive for it. And I'm going to address the white people now. Those viral videos going around of the white people getting on their knees and their hands up, pleading, chanting, you are not helping black people. You are part of the problem. And you and your black brothers and sisters don't realize this. you are affecting their mindset even more than ever by doing that. You're causing even more people to have the mindset that men are truly not created equal. You're causing even more division in the long run of things. We need to come together and stop listening to what the media is telling us. Form your own opinion, do your research, educate yourselves, and look at the facts. This whole movement is strictly political, and the media is playing with your minds like you are a puppet on strings. Go take a look at where all of the money is going. The money that is supposed to be donated towards Black Lives Matter, it's going straight to the Democratic Party's pocket. They don't care about you or the motivations behind your decision. They want your money. They want your vote. Politicians do not represent this country. Do you know who represents this country? The people. The people represent this country. Do you remember the Constitution? We, the people of the United States, not we, the Republicans, not we, the white people, not we, the Democrats. We, the people, as in everyone, is created equal. The people make these decisions. At the end of the day, there will never, ever be a perfect president. There will never, ever be a perfect person. The election has never been about getting someone in the White House that will give you the most benefits, put the most food on the table, provide the lowest gas prices, or even say the least controversial phrases, aka Donald Trump. It's about getting someone in there that does not screw your life up. Don't wait for a politician to hand you over the American dream. Only you can give yourself the life that you deserve. Everyone faces adversity, including myself, including my friend here, Josh. Nobody, no matter the race, gender, or sexuality, you are responsible for everything in your life. Take some responsibility, force your own actions, and stop waiting for someone to give you something. Go out there and get it. Stop fussing. Oh, I can't do this because of this or this. It's all in your head. It's your mindset. Do you know the difference between a broke person and a rich person? Your mindset. That's it. The people of our society make small decisions each and every day to make this country exactly what it was built on. This country is not perfect. Far from it, in fact, especially now. But together we can learn to change our mindset and set the necessary example for the next generations. From this day forward, me and everything I stand for will be to push that goal forward. Thank you guys for listening, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and just say I bet you guys are tired of hearing my voice for the day, so Josh, go ahead and take the floor because I'm out of breath and I need some water. He's going to start a topic about how to avoid a bad car dealership, and honestly, I'm really intrigued to hear about that and discuss his thoughts and get into something a little bit more lighthearted. But I really appreciate you guys for hearing my words. Go ahead, my guy.
Thank you, Isaiah. That was really powerful, and that all needed to be said. And I really respect you for coming out and putting that out there. And a lot of people need to hear that, and not a lot of people have the guts to say things like that. So I want to go ahead and thank you for having the guts to say that.
Thank you.
But yes, as he said, we're going to go ahead and start the podcast now. We're going to go ahead and, well, that was the beginning of the podcast, but we're going to go ahead and get into the more lighthearted topics. Like he said, we're going to talk about how to avoid a bad car dealership. Now, there's a lot of things that, or rather, there are a lot of tricks that car dealerships can pull on you to try to get either more money out of you, try to get you to finance for longer or for a higher percentage rate depending on what you're down paying or what your trade-in is. We're going to get into all of those topics here in just a moment. So the first thing that car dealerships try to do to you that's most common, and whether it's a small thing or a big thing, they tend to lie a little bit, or little white lies. They just try to lie about small things, such as if you're at a car dealership and there's one beautiful car on the lot that you really want and you've been looking at it for a long time, and you talk to a salesman and the salesman says, yeah, there's only 3 of these left statewide, the price is only good for today. Or they can say things like, someone else is interested in this car actually, you might decide, quickly if you want it because, they might come get it today. These are things that they try to do. These are strategies that they try to pull to push a car out the parking lot as quick as they can and get some of your money in their hands. So that's just one not really a scam, more like and it is a scam. It is a scam, and it's dishonest, and it's a lie. And I don't know of any dealerships personally. Every dealership I've ever been to, you know, everybody that's I've ever dealt with has always been kind to me. They haven't been pushy. But, you know, these are things that, you know, I've done research on that seem to be really common around the United States especially. So that's just some of the lies and some of the pressure stuff they try to push on you. So, you know, what you should really do in that situation is take your time. You know, be patient when you're looking for a car. Don't rush into anything at all. You know, definitely make sure you're getting what you want, but don't base what you buy on what a salesman tells you. You know, treat every salesman that you deal with. Yeah, treat every single salesman that you deal with fairly, and, you know, just you know, listen to what they had to say and just form your own opinion. So that's one thing, you know. So that's kind of like on the lies and pressure side of it. So now we're going to talk about something that some dealerships probably do. It's called baiting and switching. So what they do is a dealer, whether it be online or at the actual dealership, well, let's say that they advertise a car online and it's a great price, and you show up at the dealership and they say it's already been sold, or they try to get you into a more expensive vehicle, or what you should really do is call the dealership and see if you see it online. Call the dealership just prior to going there and just see if they still have the vehicle in stock or whatever, because, you know, sometimes you can show up there and they can try to push you into something else, you know, just saying, oh, the car is gone now. So that's one thing you need to look out for, and look out for
Hold
things.
your ground.
Yeah, definitely stand your ground and make sure you do your research. Call ahead of time. Look around and see if that same kind of car is available in the area at a closer dealership or a more reputable dealership. Just kind of do your research, look online. That's the best thing you can do. People sometimes drive around and just look at cars on dealerships, and they just walk on the lot, and they just go cherry pick. But you should really do your research, and especially look at the cars reviews online. So that's one thing. So another scam that they try to pull is a lowball trade-in. So what they can try to do is it's easy for a car dealership to try to get you to pay like practically any monthly payment that you want, but they try to extend the car loan for as long as they can, or they try to lowball you on your trade-in to try to get you to basically it's a profitable sales tactic to them. But it's really the longer, let me explain this to you, Isaiah, the longer that your car loan is extended. So let's say I wanted to go buy a new Mustang and I wanted to pay for it on 84 months or something like that. It would be at a 5% interest rate. So it's a car loan. So I would pay 5% more total on the original agreed price that I signed for. So you end up paying a lot more, but they can lowball you on your car loan. If you were to trade your car in, they can undervalue your car. You end up paying a lot more. They could extend it for 90 months or however long that they do that. Yeah,
I mean, happened to one of my friends recently. Yeah,
I mean, they can really screw you bad, and you end up paying a lot every month. And if you're buying a new car, you're paying full coverage insurance. I mean, there's a lot of expenses that'll go into that, and it could make you go broke. Or here's another and even trickier thing when it comes to trading in a car. If you go to a dealership and you were to call ahead and get a quote on what your trade-in value might be on your vehicle, they ask you the mileage, the overall condition, tires condition, if you've got new brakes, and of course they'll check it out once you get there, and they'll inflate the offer over the phone that they're going to give you for the vehicle. Then, once you show up to the dealership, the person you deal with is conveniently somehow not there, and ironically, whoever you're dealing with doesn't see your car the same way that the salesman or whoever over the phone quoted you the price. So you're thinking that you're getting $5,000 for your car, when in reality the salesman's like, no, we can only give you $2,000 for that car. And so now you're angry and you wasted your time, and you've been scammed, and could have very well, some people might even say screw it at that point, just say take it, I'm here to get a car.
Screwed.
I mean, but So, I mean, there's also things that can be, you know, in the contract that you need to pay. You need to make sure you read an entire contract before you sign it. Even if you talk to the salesman about all the terms, you're 100%, you know, y'all are on mutual terms as far as what the loan agreement's going to be, what the payments are going to be every month, how long the lease is, or not the lease, how long the car loan is for. Once you've done all that, you know, if you
something
don't,
that expensive, definitely read everything.
Sometimes there can be convenient mistakes that work in the car dealership's favor in the contract. So make sure you're definitely, you know, reading any kind of fine print, reading over the entire document, you know, twice. I don't care. You know, make sure you look over it good 3 times. And there's another thing.
Have somebody read it with you.
Absolutely. There's and here's one of the more advanced things, and this is the last thing that I'm going to get into as far as the car dealership fraud goes, and we'll go ahead and close out this subject after that. So one of the more common things that have been happening on a modern scale, not this year really, but in the past few years, there has been a thing called odometer fraud. And what that is not so much on older vehicles that have an analog odometer that logs the mileage. Some people can get relatively inexpensive software and put it on a computer and get a wireless computer diagnostic plug-in to the vehicle just so they can communicate with the computer, and they can digitally alter the mileage on the vehicle. So it could have 200,000 miles, but they can go ahead and throw 30,000 miles on that motherfucker if they wanted to.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
no.
and
that's a thing? What the hell?
That's a thing, dude. That's a thing, I swear.
Oh hell no. Not see.
That's a thing. And you know what? You would have to be a really crooked bastard to do that. And you know what? If you didn't, that's why I want to go ahead and mention one thing. If you're going to buy a used car, go ahead and go to an auto shop. I happen to co-own and operate an auto shop. If you were to inquire about buying a used car, call us or whoever might be your mechanic and have them do a pre-purchase inspection. Have them go over every single component of the vehicle before you buy it. Any reputable car dealer will have no problem with you taking it to an automotive technician to have them take care of it or take a look at it and see if it's something safe for you to drive and if it's worth the price that they're asking for.
And if they say no, then you know that there's some sketchy shit going on, period.
Right. There was a gentleman who bought a Ford F-150. He thought he got a great price. He came into my shop and it had like 195,000 miles on it. He had the car for 2 days and it was already slinging transmission fluid up under his car. And it turns out it needed a $2,500 transmission. And it's all because he didn't go get a pre-purchase inspection. He went to a shade tree used car dealer and he got screwed. So it boggles my mind that people don't try to. A car is an investment. You know, that's something that you trust your life with. You know, it's like a cage.
That's your thing.
Yeah,
yeah. Like A to B every single day. That's. You need to get to work regardless. I mean, gonna take a damn bus, sit next to some weird ass person that eats his fucking boogers and shit. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and spend the $40 plus tax to go and get your pre-purchase inspection or whatever your mechanic may charge for a pre-purchase inspection. Get that done, and it'll save you potentially thousands if it turns out to be a lemon car. So, you know, that's it with the bad car dealerships. Some of the scams and tactics they try to use to bleed money out of you. You know, we're done with that. So Isaiah,
the thing that shocked me. I'm sorry to cut you off, but the thing that shocked me was when you were talking about the speedometer. Like, that makes me think about. I mean, my car, it has over 200,000 miles, but it had 190 when I got it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I already know what I'm getting into. I have a Camry. I mean, it can probably last a while longer as long as I take care of it.
Toyotas
change the
are
oil
tough.
regularly.
Yeah,
and
Toyotas are tough.
Make sure that everything is fine on the car. But that's just kind of crazy to think about, that people actually do some scummy ass shit like that. But we're at like 20 minutes, so let's. This podcast may be an hour long, honestly.
As long as it's
I'm
successful,
completely okay
man.
with that. I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah, as long as it's successful.
But we are going to be getting into some new games and in TV shows, and The Last of Us 2 came out today. I got some opinions on that. So, what kind of TV shows are you watching nowadays, Josh?
I'll tell you what, I don't actually have cable anymore. I've actually phased out cable like 3 years ago because everything's online now. So, I mean, I'm on Hulu and Netflix. So, on Netflix, F is for Family Season 4 just came out, and it's really, really funny. If anybody's a big fan of comedy out there, if you're a big fan of Bill Burr and you haven't seen that show, he's the main character. He plays the father, Frank Murphy. And it's pretty much just a crooked family, you know, just swearing at each other, you know, just going through daily life in the 70s, and it's a good time. So, you know, if you're into comedy and you like Bill Burr, or if you like any kind of funny cartoons or anything, definitely check that stuff out. But on more serious TV shows, I've been watching Ozark. Me and my girlfriend just finished Ozark.
I'm sorry, I keep laughing.
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
Every time you said Bill Burr, bro, it made me laugh every time because I'm just Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
I hope he doesn't hear this.
I'm sorry to cut you. I'm
No,
sorry
you're good, bro.
Continue.
No, it's fine.
Oh shit!
No.
I just couldn't hold it in. I had to let it out.
But no, we've been watching Ozark as well. I forget if Ozark is on Hulu or Netflix, but basically, it's about. It's kind of like if you've ever seen Breaking Bad. It's kind of Breaking Bad-esque, like minus the drugs. But basically, it's about this family, really a husband and wife that are money laundering for the cartel, and they move out to the Ozarks. I guess it's Lake Ozark. I kind of forget where it's located. Anyway, they go out there, and it's supposed to be a rich little lake town, and they're supposed to use it for like the perfect money laundering location. And it's really interesting, you know, especially how intense it gets, you know, dealing with the drug lord and or really the you know, the drug lord's attorney. It's
like a drama show.
Kind of, but it's got that Breaking Bad vibe though. I don't know. Have you ever seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I watched like the first. I think I watched the first couple. It's been a couple of years though. A few years since I've watched it.
It's got that kind of vibe.
All right, I liked the first part of Breaking Bad when I watched it. I just never got around to finishing it.
That's the most interesting. That's the most interesting TV shows I've been looking at recently. What about you, man? Are you watching anything?
Me currently, I'm a weeb, but I watch Naruto and shit like that because I'm. Yeah.
I mean, I like Naruto. I haven't watched Naruto in a while, but dude, there's so many episodes of Naruto.
Yeah, there's 500 and Shippuden, but 40% of that is filler, so you can skip past all that. So you only got to watch about 300 of them. But you can binge watch them shits quick as hell. But I'm watching that currently. But as far as TV shows, like live action, the only thing that I've watched recently was The Witcher. Came out on Netflix, and that series is fire. If you I don't know if you've watched that.
No.
I would recommend that you watch it. It's really, really good on Netflix. I don't know if you're into that kind of theme. If you're not, you may not like it, but it's a really funny but action-packed show, especially the first episode. Like there's a sword fight sequence. It's so damn fire. Like it's so freaking cool, man. I think it's 8 episodes and they're an hour each.
Man, that's
they're really high quality. Yeah, they're really high quality, so I would watch like one a day if you can. By watching the first episode, you will definitely know whether you will like it or not, because the first episode's really good in itself.
I got you.
But that's really all I watch. I mean, I grew up on like Dragon Ball and stuff like that, and I've recently last year got into Naruto and watched Naruto Shippuden, and yeah, I'm officially a weeb now, I guess, as the kids call it now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Naruto. It's a very impactful, emotional.
Yeah, I grew up on that. I grew up on that stuff.
But as far as games go, I'll say the games that I'm looking forward to, and then I'll let you take the floor. So The Last of Us 2 comes out today. My dumb ass sold my PlayStation because somebody convinced me to do so. Won't mention names, but somebody convinced me to do that, and I no longer have one, so I won't be able to play it today. But one of my good friends is going to let me borrow it, and I'll play it in a few days. I already know the spoilers and stuff for it. Unfortunately, I've been spoiled, but there's a lot of context that I'm missing, so it is what it is. And then there's Ghost of Tsushima that's coming out next month, and that's a samurai open world game, and I think that shit's gonna be badass. But hopefully it's good. Graphics are amazing, and yeah, that's really in Cyberpunk 2077. If any of you guys have played like Skyrim, roleplay games and stuff like that, it's pretty much that, but expanded and in a future city, obviously, like 2077. There's a lot of different factions and stuff, choices that you can make. It's really cool. It's by the people that made the Witcher 3 game, CD Projekt Red. So yeah, those are the games I'm looking forward to. Everything else is kind of I'll play it when it comes out, but I'm not like, stoked about it. What about you?
Is there anything else this year that you're looking forward to coming out?
Assassin's Creed, it looks good. I mean, a Viking game. Viking era is really interesting to me, but I don't know. That hype has just kind of died down for me. I'm gonna have to see more about that game. The new Call of Duty, obviously I'm a Call of Duty fan, but I'm just hoping that this so-called Black Ops reboot is good. I hope that they bring zombies back and zombies is fun again. But besides that, I think that's pretty much everything I'm looking forward to.
Well, all right.
What about you?
Well, I mean, you know me, I really like cars, so naturally I really like racing games. So there's a ton of racing games coming out this year. So on July 10th, we've got F1 2020 coming out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. When that comes out, I really like F1 games. It's really fast-paced racing, high speed, tight corners. The speeds that you take some of those corners, the way that those cars are built, you can take a 45-degree angle turn like crazy. It's really unreal, and you have to, depending on the settings and difficulty that you play on, will kind of depend on your experience. I've been pissed off playing, the more realistic the racing game, the more pissed off you get. So
exactly.
that's one thing. So, but that's one. And then on August 7th, we've got Fast and Furious Crossroads coming out. So that's a big maybe for me. Normally when games like that, first come out, the first version is normally not the best. I didn't do research on who the developer is, what kind of engine they're running it on or whatever.
I want you to go look at that trailer after the podcast.
Yeah.
Because that trailer,
I did see
looks
the
like
trailer.
it looks like a PS2 game.
No,
I'm just gonna.
No, I did see it. It kind of did look like a mobile game or something. It was sort of weird.
I was confused at first, and then it popped up at the end, PS4, Xbox One, and I was like,
So that's a big maybe for me. I'll wait till it's out for a little bit and see what people's reviews are. But it's coming out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One as well. So that's a big maybe for me. The F1 2020 is a big yes. I'll probably check that out because I really like fast-paced racing. Sometime in summer of 2020, Project Cars 3 is coming out. Now, I've never really been a big fan of the Project Cars game. I think it's just too arcadey for me. It just kind of reminds me of like the old Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Like it was just way too arcadey for me, so I didn't like that. And I don't think it's gonna be any better. I didn't like the first one. I was disappointed by it, so I didn't bother getting the second one. So I don't think I'll get the third one. But and that's coming out. I'm pretty sure it's coming out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One as well. So I'm pretty sure.
I think it's coming out for all of them, and updated version is coming out on PS5 and the Series X as well. So
okay, cool.
That's when the true version of that game is going to be coming out. So
yeah, and
it'll be pretty to look at, but fun to play. Who knows?
Right. And then the most difficult game that I've got on the list right now is Dirt 5. Have you ever played Dirt?
I've never played Dirt, but every time I hear the word Dirt 5, or Dirt 3, like, it just makes me laugh, bro. It just reminds me of some typical ass rednecks. Just, all right, we gonna get this dang old truck. We gonna go mudding with the goddamn Dirt 5.
At least it's not called like Muddin' and Dippin' 5 or something like. Like, oh god, I hope I don't.
What's
piss
your
anybody
thoughts on
off.
that game?
Oh,
Are you looking forward to it or anything?
You know, dude, honestly, Dirt pissed me off big time. Like, I played the first two. I played the second one thinking it was going to be easier. You know, rally racing is a really hard discipline. That's some of the most difficult racing, some of the most extreme racing in the world. Rally racing is incredibly difficult, and the Dirt 5, or not Dirt 5, but the Dirt games don't make it very easy. Whether you're using a controller or a simulator, a driving simulator with a steering wheel and shifter setup and all of that. You know, just like I was talking about, it's kind of like heavily disciplined like F1. It's fast-paced, tight corners. You're drifting on dirt, high horsepower cars, you know, very short gear ratios. You definitely have to be in tune with the car, and you have to pay attention, you know, because you're on a skinny road, you know, very skinny track, you know, trees around you, you know, you can easily go off to the side, you know, people taking photos off to the sidelines, fucking flipping off the side of the road and hitting people and shit. But no, I think I'll give it a try. You know, I looked at the trailer and it looks unreal. It's the most unreal.
Yeah, it's on that PS5 engine, so it does look really, really crazy.
It looks really good, and
that's why your ass needs to get a PS5. So
yeah, I think I might. I'm okay if you keep pressuring me into a PS5. I'm gonna get an
what
Xbox.
a peer pressure this motherfucker.
I'm gonna get an Xbox
each and every week. He's gonna be like, "Hey, guess what I just pre-ordered." Like, oh, you got that PS5? You got that PS5? Got the Series X. All right, well, I'm gonna have to end the podcast.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the friendship here. Y'all have it.
Nah, but for real, I'll probably end up owning both of those consoles. But the first one that I'm definitely going to get. Why the hell did I stutter? Definitely gonna get is the PS5. Definitely, because I'm looking forward to that Spider-Man game that's coming out. That's another game that I'm looking forward to that's coming out this year. There's a Spider-Man Miles Morales game coming out this year. That shit's going to be fire because the Spider-Man PS4 game was awesome. So let me throw that in there. Forgot about that.
Oh, man. The did you ever play any of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games?
I actually did. The Tony Hawk, I can't remember which one it was, but I remember like playing those games and just listening to music in the background because I was playing it on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Was there one called Underground?
There's Underground, and one of the ones that I remember the most on PS2 was Project 8.
Yeah, I remember Underground, and I just remember going around, and it had a pretty decent story to it, if I recall.
Yeah.
And I just remember there was certain parts where you had to press X really fast, and my little dumbass, I guess, didn't know how to press buttons fast back then, so I would have to have like somebody come in my room, like one of my brothers, if they were up here visiting or something, and I would have to have them come in here and just press X fast as shit so that I could get past the part. Like, that's one of the things that I remember. Because I was a little ass kid and I couldn't press buttons fast because I had little hands. So
yo, they've got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered coming out.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that'll be coming out. I think it's September 4th. Yeah, September 4th it'll be coming out. I'm looking forward to that. The graphics look amazing, you know, especially from where it came from. You know, the soul roots of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. You know, I remember like, I think kids had like Tony Hawk games on their freaking dude, on like the Game Boy Advance or whatever, man.
I had them on. I had some skateboarding game. I don't know if it was Tony Hawk, but I had them on the Game Boy Advanced. I had that shit on like the PSP. I had all kinds of on the games on the PSP.
Oh, yeah.
But
what about you know, is there I can't speak.
You're good.
Are there any games or any other TV shows this year that you're looking forward to other than that? Because I think I've about vented everything.
I think I've pretty much hit everything. There's a lot of just PS5. Like, I know I've said the word PS5, and this probably sounds like I'm sucking that console off, but I'm really, really excited. I'm excited about that console, man. Like, me, I know a lot about specs and stuff, so I know the difference, like, that it's gonna make. And having that as a console, like, I love my PC, right? It's really powerful. It can do just as much as these consoles that are coming out can. But playing games on PC, maybe an unpopular opinion, it's just not for me, bro. Like, I like to sit back and relax and play on my big ass 4K TV and play these games. And on the computer, I can still do that, but it's just not as easy. There's a lot of software that you have to download for each individual game, and if the game crashes, you gotta figure it out yourself. Consoles are plug and play, man.
Yeah, can't you
like
melt?
You plug that shit in,
Yeah,
and
can't
it's
you melt
ready.
some shit?
Like,
Can't you melt shit if you're not if you're not careful like what you're running?
oh yeah, definitely. Because your PC, I mean, luckily for me, I have some software that I downloaded that where if my computer gets to a certain temperature, it'll just cut the game off. So that's good. But if you're not careful and you don't know what you're doing, you can fry your damn RAM. You can mess up your graphics card. You can God forbid, you could blow your damn house up. Like,
Oh no.
and this shit has happened before. People's houses have caught on fire because they're not responsible with their computers and stuff like that. So mainly I have this computer for situations like this where we're doing a podcast or recording videos and editing and stuff like that. And I'll play some games where I can mod the hell out of them. But besides that,
Yeah, you're over here.
you're
over
console.
here. You're over here using, a supercomputer to put your videos together, and I've got a 2-in-1 tablet, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we got to start somewhere, man. Like, not all of. I mean, I saved up for my first computer, in 2016. I wanted to play Skyrim modded. Like, that was my main thing. I had an intention of making a YouTube channel, but I didn't really know that I had a passion for it until I started doing it.
Right.
So yeah, but you got to start from somewhere. And hell, I'll build you a computer. They're not that expensive to build you a really good computer that can last you for a very long time. So
Well, yeah, man, I appreciate that a lot. But I'm glad that we're on the idea of technology and on that subject. So another subject that we were going to cover today on the podcast was going to be, just kind of like concept technology of today and the future. And then we're just going to talk a little bit about stuff we would like to invent. But right now we're going to talk about some of the primary things that we may see in the next decade or two.
okay.
Isaiah, is there anything that you're hoping to see in the next decade or two that will change our lives for the better?
Me personally, I would just like to see like cars just become even more advanced than ever. And I know we've talked about cars a lot, but I would just like
even more.
Yeah, I mean, I love cars. I love everything that and I may be a little skeptical when saying this because a lot of people cannot stand electrical cars, but they've become more of a popular thing, I guess, thanks to Tesla recently. So I'm really looking forward to see what Tesla does within the next decade. I mean, the things that he is doing right now is making people's eyebrows raise.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what cars and car designs and how fast they can get and be available to the public here in the future. Because I hate to say it, but I'm a speed demon. Probably need to quit that shit or I'm going to get killed one day. But I really like driving fast. So I would like to own a really fast car one day and take it to the track every now and then and just rip shit up. And yeah. I can't really think of anything that within the next 10 years. You're a lot smarter than me when it comes to that kind of stuff. So what's your opinion? What do you think is going to be coming?
There's a lot of things that I think could be coming. Things that are still concepts even today. A lot of controversies surround some of these things. A lot of people are afraid to put their opinions out on some of these things. So I'm hoping people will kind of develop their own opinions and maybe even inspire somebody to start developing some of these things or don't develop some of these things. I don't know. So it all depends on your opinion. But I think in the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to see a great increase in AI assistance. And not only that, I think we're going to see a lot more virtual reality happening. Not.
Oh yeah, I could have said that. Yeah.
Not even on like a gaming scale. I'm talking like on an interacting with other people scale.
You know what I'm thinking.
Oh God, dude.
As soon as you said that, not even on a gaming scale, I can hear all them 13-year-olds turning the damn volume up, just like, hell yeah. Y'all gonna learn today. All right, continue, sorry.
Oh, man. Okay. Anyway.
Anybody that's ever wanted a BBC, they can have one now.
But no, seriously, like, one of these days you'll be able to meet somebody in virtual reality. You know, if you're talking to somebody online, you know, and you want to meet in person, you know, they will have software one of these days that will be able to, or hardware or whatever it'll be, to get you to where you can see somebody face to face as realistically as possible through a VR headset. And
catfishing is no longer going to exist, bro.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, oh God, no, like it's like your Facebook, you look so much better.
This bitch has a beard. Well, that's a no. Nope, not today. Not today, Satan.
Oh Lord. Anyway, but there's you know all about robots, and you know a lot of different robots, you know, perform different functions. You know, there's a company called Denso that produces a lot of automotive parts and things like that, and they have a lot of robots that are in their assembly line that put the parts together. And that's going to be another thing as far as assisting humans in the workplace. And these aren't exactly going to be called robots, they're going to be called cobots. So a cobot is going to be like, let me give you an example. People currently working at McDonald's are making minimum wage or just a little bit above minimum wage, depending on your status there and your seniority and all of that.
Location.
So that too. So a lot of fast food workers are wanting the $15 an hour minimum, depending on the area, and $15 an hour is justifiable depending on where you live. You know, and the minimum wage here is much lower than that. But but anyway, the cost of living here is much lower as well, so keep that in mind. You know,
yeah, it evens out definitely.
But these cobots like McDonald's, you know, there's a McDonald's out west, I believe, that has these machines that just take your order. And you know, there's a couple people
in the store. Yeah,
and there's only a few people there cooking, and maybe a counter person or two, but the staff is probably, you know, I'd say the staff can afford to make a lot more money when you don't have to pay an extra person or two to take orders. People have machines and they can do that. Or if you're in an office, you know, you can have a robot you know, help you with your workload, help you, you know, revise whatever you're typing. If you're typing a mass email, have it, you know, read it back to you or something, you know, and you know, they have that now, but I'm just saying, you know, it could be a lot more efficient than that, carry things for you, you know, or fix things.
Bro, if I have Wally come up to me and deliver me a damn hamburger one day,
Yeah.
I'll probably lose my shit.
Yeah, hand you a hamburger and you're having computer issues, and it just immediately troubleshoots it for you and fixes that, and then
And it fucking shoots fucking
Okay, whoa.
shoots damn mustard all over my face and shit. Damn it, Wally, hell, it's all over the damn place.
Yeah, he still needs some programming. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Another thing that's that stuff is kind of scary to think about, especially in the next 10 to 20
really
years.
is.
But people will make a lot greater incomes. Any humans that are still in the workplace can justify higher wages when you've got machines doing a lot of the work. So
Yeah, people. Sorry to cut you off, but I'll probably forget this. I work at Walmart, obviously. So people, especially older generation, 60, 70-year-olds, they will sit here and they will absolutely refuse to go to those self-checkouts. And they're like, oh, they're taking jobs away, blah, 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 when that's not true. Those self-checkouts are actually allowing us to make higher wages, and it's allowing a lot more things going on in the store. A lot more people are on the floor actually keeping the store clean, keeping the store stocked, everything. So the self-checks are actually helping. And not only that, there's like 4 or 5 people patrolling just the self-checks.
Yeah,
so
I was about
those
to say.
cashiers that would be on the registers, they're just helping you on the self-checks now.
Absolutely.
There's always going to have to be humans, at least for the next 10 years, I'll definitely say this. Maybe 20, 30. There's always going to have to be humans fixing these damn machines when they mess up, because they are far from perfect.
Until they learn to
I deal
fix
with a damn
themselves.
computer every day. Until they learn to fix themselves, yeah, we're going to have to be there to fix them. So, sorry to cut you off, but I was going to forget that.
No, you're good, man. But you know, those are just things that are very realistic that could change our lives here in the next 10 to 20 years. More on controversial things that are concepts, not really things that are being implemented often. They're more research. Gene editing, and correcting DNA mutations that can lead to birth defects. Basically genetic modifying. That's something I actually researched and we talked about in an English class when I was in high school. That was a thing, and you know, and it can lead to, you know, you can correct
That
DNA
shit's
mutations.
terrifying.
You can correct DNA mutations that could cause, you know, cancer, or family. You know, if you have like Alzheimer's in your family line and it happens every other generation, and your child has that generation, you know, they're hoping to be able to manipulate those genes to try to get to where your child won't suffer Alzheimer's as they age. So, you know,
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
It's a good thing, but it's also a crazy.
It's so damn scary to think about, just like, because every time I think of human, like being mechanic or whatever, I think of some Black Ops 4 shit, where you got cannons as arms. Like, that's the kind of shit I think about. And I'm just thinking about soldiers in the future being literal super soldiers.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's just scary to think
That's
about.
something
to
that they're
me.
working on right now. The U.S. Army's been working on that.
Yeah.
And
It's just
it's
scary.
crazy, and to be able to put Roblox.
Roblox.
I love Roblox.
Hell yeah.
Fuck Minecraft.
Damn
Roblox.
Minecraft.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, could you imagine how high pressure of a job that would be, though, to try to manipulate genes to keep a child from having cancer later on down the line, and then they come out of their mother and they've got their legs where their fucking arms are supposed to be. Like, some crazy shit like this. It's just... You know,
What the fucking hell? Why the hell's your feet up here, Wamer? I don't know, dude. He just came out like that. I mean,
he won't have
his
cancer, though.
ass is up there where his head is supposed to be. I just don't fucking know. Like,
Yeah, he ain't gonna have
him
no
back in.
fucking cancer, though. He ain't gonna have no Alzheimer's.
he don't have cancer, but shit, he gonna be walking on his ass cheek.
Oh, yeah, like his head is where his ass is. Talking with a shit mouth.
Talking out your ass with the shit mouth.
Oh, shit. But another thing that you said earlier that intrigued me was talking about vehicles becoming smarter. There's a term for that. It's called autonomous vehicles. You know, Tesla is currently developing that right now. You know, they've got vehicles on autopilot, but you know, that's still pretty dangerous. You know, the kinks in that technology.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let no car cuck me, bro.
Right.
I'm gonna drive it. It ain't gonna drive me anywhere. Like,
Could
I ain't
you-
gonna let no sucker named Tesla cuck me. It's just not gonna happen.
Could you imagine, though, if every single vehicle at some point, even if it's after our generation, is an autonomous vehicle? And could you imagine how complex the technology would be? You know, every car would have to be able to work in sync to compensate for each other's
Exactly.
mistakes. So it's just like one big computer system. You know,
I mean, that's scary to think about. Like, the whole damn world pretty much running on a server.
yeah, hacking
Like-
hack somebody's fucking car. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna be some damn watchdog shit. Like,
yes.
nah, I'm good, bro. I'll just drive my own shit.
They're gonna no, even scarier than that, bro. Like an unmanned airline, like being in a plane that doesn't have a pilot, bro, that just goes to one destination from the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hell no.
It's like you're running out of fuel. The computer's like, well, fuck it.
Well, I mean, shit, we're just gonna crash in the ocean.
Fuck
I mean, we ain't got shit else to get where to go. I mean, hell. Hey, passengers, grab your damn chutes and just jump out, because we're out of gas, and Yeah, you're gonna be swimming with the fishes.
Except it'd be a lot more scary. Like that would be a lot soothing, like a lot more soothing if like it was a southern person's voice. But like if it was like some scary...
Yeah, but it's gonna be one of them robotic ass bitches like attention. There.
Attention, please.
Attention. Please jump out of the fucking plane. We are about to crash into the Atlantic Ocean, and you are going to all drown and suffocate underwater and get eaten by sharks and...
Use your children as bait.
Yeah, throw your babies into...
Shit. Oh no. Oh my god. Anyway, okay. But one more thing. You know, as far as concept technology goes, you know, that's all I wanted to talk about as far as, you know, what we should expect in the next 10 to 20 years, maybe even after our generation with some of that stuff goes. Definitely scary to think about. You know, machines thinking for themselves, learning from themselves, from the resources, the infinite resources that they're connected to
themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary.
Riggedy.
But if there was one thing, Isaiah, if there was one thing that you could invent, what would it be?
Mine is gonna be less serious.
Mine's not serious at all.
All right, cool. All right. So listen, I want a machine in my house, right?
Yeah.
Think about like 25 years from now, okay?
Yeah.
I just want a machine where I can just walk up to that bitch and just type in the food that I want.
Oh.
Like, say I want some chicken Alfredo, right?
Yeah.
And I just walk up and I just put because I'm lazy as hell, you know. Hard ass day at work. I walk up, balls sweating, socks wet as hell. I don't feel like cooking. And I just walk up to it. I put, like, it's chicken Alfredo. So I put the noodles in the machine, the sauce that I want in the machine, the certain ingredients, and that machine just makes the shit and just makes it like gourmet style. Like, that shit comes out amazing, better than I could ever do it. I want them to make some shit like that. Would it ever happen? I don't know, maybe, but that shit would be awesome. I've always wanted some shit like that.
Could you imagine like the resources you'd have to put into that? Like if it can just materialize that shit from nothing. Like you had to like obviously
hell yeah.
you have to put your own stuff in there, but dude, that'd be great if it just cooked it up perfectly. Like you can just insert the recipe, it like puts the perfect proportions. That'd be great.
Oh yeah, that shit would be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It'd probably improve a lot of people's health too, honestly.
Yeah, that's a lot better than mine.
What's yours?
Well, well, honestly,
oh god,
it's a machine. I mean, it's a machine. Like if it's like a printer. So basically, if you wanted to get tattooed quick, like you could walk up to a machine, right? Pick a design, draft it from a computer or whatever you want to do. You know, scale the size, tell the machine the area, or you can just put your whichever limb or whatever you want tattooed, and you could choose the color of ink. Of course, you'd have to refill the ink cartridge just like any other printer.
I'm gonna go to Walmart and get some printer ink and shit. That shit.
It's like, yeah, I'm doing a sleeve
I'm here
tonight.
to get my tattoo ink today.
Doing a full sleeve in 5 seconds. So basically you can just insert a limb and a whole bunch of needles will come out. It'd be painful as a motherfucker. And they would just all stab you.
For about 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and then you're done.
Yeah, just go. And you're like, ah! And
then that damn robot bitch will come back on. You need to apply ointment at this time, at this time.
Wash twice daily. Oh my god. Oh
that
shit.
robot bitch.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Speaking of robot bitches, I heard a comedian talk about a robot bitch. Imagine having a robot as a girlfriend. Like, she could fuck your whole life up more than a normal bitch could. Just think about that. Like, you cheat on her or something, she's sending schlong pics to everybody in the whole country.
Oh.
She's canceling your credit card. She's buying everything on Amazon.
Oh.
Imagine that, bro.
You look at your balance; it's negative $400,000.
And ladies, I'm sorry I used the term bitch. I just don't know the name. That's why I'm referring to them as a bitch. Okay, not that they are a bitch. People get really offended when I say that, but I just don't know their name. I can easily say girl, but you know, it's a bitch. I mean, bitches are bitches. Women, I'm sorry, but y'all are bitches. Like, I mean, and you know this. You you strive to be the biggest bitch you possibly can be. And you feel power in that shit. I'm sorry, but it's true, man. Like every single woman, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm that bitch. Oh, you that bitch.
No, not every single woman. Not every single woman. Come on now. Oh shit.
I'm that bitch. Yeah. Oh, you that bitch. Okay. All right. So don't take offense to it. All right. But anyway.
God bless.
Because I know there's people in their feelings out there
man.
that will get offended.
All right, Isaiah, it's time. So what is what is the subject for the day? The silly subject or the off-topic subject for the day?
So this one may not be as funny, but it's really interesting. Like if you could pick one show and one video game, which I mean I know a lot of people don't play video games, so in your case, if you're watching this and you're trying to think of an answer, what show or movie or something like that would you watch? If you could have one that you could watch and you had to watch that specific one every single day, which one would it be? Now for game, me personally, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say Pong.
Pong?
Hell yeah, Pong. Yeah. See, I'm thinking outside the box here because you have to play this game. Like, but actually, no, fuck that idea. I can't play any other games, can I? Shit.
No.
No, you can't play any other game. Hell, I don't want to play Pong for the rest of my life.
I was about to say, dude, you're gonna fucking die of boredom. You're gonna die of boredom in the first
Never
evening.
mind. Fuck Pong. Fuck everything that thing stands for. Them stupid damn white lines and that. Anyway. A game that you'd have to play every day. Right now, probably Skyrim. Honestly, I still play that shit to this day.
Yeah.
You can mod it, you can change it to be whatever you really want. You can make the game look graphically enhanced. People are still making mods for that shit that has DLC size, like adventures and shit. I could probably play that every day, honestly. Now for a movie, let's see. I'm not really a big movie guy, honestly. It would probably have to be something that, I don't know, when I was young, I used to watch Homeward Bound 2 every single fucking day. Homeward Bound 2, where the damn animals talk but they don't open their mouth. It was on some old school shit, and they got lost in the city of San Francisco. It was...
I don't recall.
I mean, it's a lit-ass movie, you know. They had that cat, the dog, the other dog. They had some struggles. The other animals talked to them. I remember I remember watching that shit every single night when I was younger. I don't know why I did. I knew every word. I could quote all of it. But show, I could probably watch a show every day. And right now, I would probably pick Naruto. That shit has over 700 to 800 episodes that I probably wouldn't ever get bored if I had to watch it every day. And only that. And
that's a lot of stuff.
The show is, yeah, the show is very, and you can call me a weeb, I don't care. Lick my ass. But that show is just so deep in so many different ways. Like there's a lot of parallels and stuff like that, and there's a lot of learning experiences you can learn. And anime is some real shit. I don't give a fuck if you're like, it's a cartoon. How about you watch it, give it a chance, and you'll become a quote unquote weeb too. Like the show is good.
Who cares if it's a cartoon?
Quality.
Who cares if it's a cartoon?
Yeah, it's the same damn. It's the same. As long as it gives you a feeling, why does it matter? Like.
It should make you
Some
feel
deep
better.
Ass shit in that
it should
show.
make you feel better because it's
Exactly.
not reality. So no matter how sad that shit gets, it didn't really happen to nobody.
Yeah, exactly. What about you? If you could play a game every single day or watch a show or a movie every single day and you had to watch that shit, what would you do?
You know
What would you pick?
You know what? I tell you what. When you said Skyrim, that's a really good idea. You know, there's so many DLCs and mods, like you said. You know, there's endless shit you can do in Skyrim. It's kind of like, you know, like a better version. It's like playing Sims with superpowers and being able to control shit. You know, like
Exactly.
like To be honest, right now, I feel like I could play Forza Horizon 4 from now on and be fine with that every single day. As long as they kept putting out
very relaxing.
As long as they can keep putting out like new cars and stuff like that, then I think they put new cars, and if they can keep extending the maps, put new stuff on the storyline, then yeah, I could keep playing that. Now, if I was gonna watch a movie or like watch a TV show for the rest of my life, I would probably watch Full Metal Jacket, simply because of how you watch that. You ever watch that movie?
You sucker golf ball through a garden hose.
You don't even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around.
I watched that until it got to the point where it got violent, like suddenly, and then I turned it off.
that
Like-
when Private Pyle killed the drill instructor.
Yeah, killed him and then killed himself. I was like, damn, that got dark quick as hell.
Yeah, it
What
was
the hell?
rough, man. It was really rough. And it kind of quit being so funny after that. It got really serious after that. But then, because they were all deployed and all that stuff. But it was funny. He's just like, oh, he said, oh my fucking Jesus, what is that? What the fuck is that? Is that a goddamn jelly donut?
It was funny. It definitely was. It definitely was funny. And then it got so dark so quick, and I was like, damn, I was like almost crying from laughter. Now I'm like,
It was real, man. And it really, when they got to Vietnam, the whole part of that, that got really real. And, my girlfriend's stepdad is a Vietnam veteran. He said, that's a lot that's a lot like how it really was. The whole vibe, that's really how it was out there.
it's crazy.
And but I'm glad that we got that out of the way. So that was pretty easy for me. But as soon as you said Pong, dude, I kind of put my face in my palms. Dude, I was like, he did not just fucking say some Pong. Like, oh shit.
God.
Anyway,
Okay, so do you want to talk about the car thing, or do you want to? 'Cause we've talked about cars a lot this video. So do you want to save that topic for maybe next time, or do you want to just go a cappella and just think of some shit real quick to think about?
Yeah, is there anything else that you want to talk about? We can definitely save the car thing. I can save these notes for later on.
All right, bet. So I know that everything in this video started out very serious. I just wanted to open eyes. And by the way, this podcast is definitely over an hour, which is perfectly okay. If you are watching on Spotify, thank you for listening or watching on Spotify. What kind of dumbass shit is that? If you're watching the thumbnail sitting there still as hell and listening on Spotify, I appreciate you. If anybody made it to the very end of this podcast, damn.
We really appreciate that. We appreciate that.
I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned some things. Hope you got some laughter out of it, and at the very beginning, I really hope that I opened some of your eyes, honestly, because I'm very passionate. A lot of people are very passionate about this subject that's going on in the world, and it's crazy, but like I said, we all got to work together and change our mindsets and educate ourselves and stop being sheep. So yeah, I love you guys. If you ever need anything, my DMs are open on Twitter, for real. I do mean that shit. Leave us comments in the comment section. Let us know how you think we are doing with this podcast. If you guys like it, give us constructive criticism. That's completely okay with us. We will take and learn from our mistakes and stuff like that, and we are going to try to make this the best quality podcast that we possibly can. So, do you have any closing remarks, Josh?
I just want to thank anybody who's listened this far. Thank you for putting up, even more with our ADHD stuff. We get off topic sometimes. But, go ahead and check out my channel, my financial channel. I just posted another video about how to save early, to retire early. Also check out Isaiah's channel. Definitely go look at some of his content. He's got tons of content still. Go check out, his Try Not to Laugh videos. Go check out, all his Skyrim gameplay, all his Modern Warfare gameplay. He's got some other funny off-color content on there as well. So definitely go check that out. One of our main mottos here, is stay true, be yourself, and never be afraid of failure. Just like we said at the very beginning of this video, your first podcast is going to be terrible. Your first song is going to be terrible. You just got to keep on grinding, and you got to try to improve, use every resource that you've got. We just want to thank you guys so much for everything that you do for us. You're the reason that we keep putting out these videos multiple times a week. It's the whole reason that we've been putting these out every few days. We didn't think we were going to be putting out but more than one a week, and we ended up putting out 2 in a week because we were satisfied with it, and it blew up quicker than the first one did. So we thank you guys so much. We hope to progress with you, and we hope you'll stick along with us in the future.
And if you did make it this far, just like in the first podcast, I want you guys to comment the word squid down in the comment section. And that's a inside joke for me and Josh. But anyway, squid, just comment that word down in the comment section if you did make it this far. Squid.
Squid.
But I love you guys. Stay true.
Stay true.